Hey YouTube, it's your girl Dr. J, and I wanted to do a video today about thinking outside the book. And that is, a lot of times as homeschoolers, our first reaction or our first thought is to, when we're about to teach our child something, or if our child has an interest in something, it's to go get a book on that topic. And that may be a trip to the library or looking on Amazon or something like that. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. We are book junkies as well in this household. But I do want to make sure to come and encourage you to, as often as possible, think outside the book. Think of ways that your child can have some different experiences with the material, with the information, so that it can become more for them than just a one-dimensional experience. So I'm going to show you guys some things that I use when I try to think outside the book for some issues. So first, videos. I love videos like the Magic School Bus. This one is on the human body. But Magic School Bus is great because it's a really neat way to introduce your child to some science topics that you're going to be going over and different things like that. It's just really cool. They deal with it in a really good way. Some of the videos are a little bit older. So for instance, if you get the video on planets, it's going to talk about Pluto. But that's a great way for you to have a conversation with your child about when Pluto stopped being considered a major planet and why. Another thing on the video set, some books are, remember I said books are great, but sometimes you want to think outside the book. So this is a 3 DVD set I got. It's from Scholastic. I ordered it off of Amazon, of course. And this has just great books that are set to video. This one has Amazing Grace, 3 Cheers for Catherine the Great, Shrinking Violet, and Giraffes Can't Dance. Very popular books. And the thing that's great about the Scholastic DVDs is that they match the book exactly. So it's going to be the book word for word. This one is on the dot, and it has the dot, art, the book Ish, Norman the Doorman, and Wallace's List. And this one has Zin 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 the violin, and it has Zin 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 the violin, Keeping House, Patrick, Musical Max, The History of the Star Spangled Banner, and it's sung by Aretha Franklin, y'all, and Apartment 3. So just really, really neat, great children's books. But sometimes if you have a child that, you don't have time to read to them, or you're doing something with another child, you can put these DVDs on, and hey, it's the book. It's great. It's the book word for word, but it's slightly animated, so it comes to life a little bit. You practice in spelling with your child, bananagrams or Scrabble or making bead braces and different things like that. But you want to think outside the book. Practicing spelling words doesn't always have to be about sitting down with paper and pencil or workbook pages. You want to think outside that book as much as possible. Are you guys studying the states? Okay, why not play? This is the Great States. This is the junior edition, so it can be played. It says for 4 to 7-year-olds, but I think a 3-year-old could play this game as well. But it's a really neat game that is picture heavy, and then you can just get the Great States for older children as well. But that's a way to go over the states. My kids do music lessons, and you guys know sometimes kids just aren't in the mood to practice, but you're supposed to practice daily. So sometimes if my kids they're not really feeling practice right at that moment, we'll do some composition. So this is just a magnetic board that has the musical notes on it, like so you guys see the bass and treble clef right here, and then they just use these magnetic notes to kind of come up with quick little songs that they're going to choreograph on the magnetic board and challenge their siblings to play the song, or they'll try to play the song themselves. We can have fun. I can call out, okay, give me, show me 16th notes, show me 3/4 notes, show me half notes, And so we can do all that by playing with the magnetic board. So it's just kind of like, okay, we're doing it, but it doesn't feel so much like book work, reading music. And of course, if you're going to study, aeronautics, space, travel, anything like that, there must be rockets involved. Now, there are some great, like, homemade rocket videos. Little Homeschool Mama has some great videos of her kids making rockets. And my kids like to, they're doing that from Little Homeschool Mama. We'll post a video when we do that. But sometimes if you don't feel comfortable, you know, making your own rocket, these you can find. These are Estes rockets kits, and you can find them for all different categories, and you know, some launch really high, some don't. They take little engines. They tend to be relatively cheap. They're not really cheap, but relatively cheap. But it's fun. Go out there and launch some rockets. Don't just read about rockets. Launch them. Okay. Geography. Yes, learning about geography. Sometimes we're doing it in that flat textbook, but how can we make those things come to life? These puzzles, they're 3D puzzles. And I got this, y'all know of course where I got this. I got it off of Amazon, and they're called 4D cityscape puzzles. And like this one is on Tokyo, and that you end up building the puzzle in what they call 4D. So it's really amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough to put together. It's really, really tough to put together. So this is not something that you're going to be doing with a 5 or 6 year old or 7-year-old. But especially when you have older kids and you're trying to see how am I going to challenge them, how am I going to get them to learn this information, these sort of things are great. It's a 1,400 piece puzzle, and they have them for all the major cities in the world. So great hands-on activity. Do you have a child that's learning about time and learning how to tell time? Yes, you need, you know, work through the book. But why not make a clock? Okay, this is a wooden clock kit that I got from Target, and I don't know if you guys see. I'm gonna try to let you see the price. Here we go. Can I do it? Can I do it? No. Okay, basically I got this off the clearance rack at Target for you guys, $4.98. This was $5, and the kids will get to do the wooden clock. This is how it looks on the back. So it's just a piece of wood, put the numbers on it. It comes with the paint, it comes with the mechanisms, it even comes with the battery pack, so they can mount the battery pack on it, and they will be making their own clock. That's a good hands-on way of dealing with telling time. Absolutely amazing. Another thing that I think people forget sometimes, or they don't really embrace as much as possible, is arts and crafts, guys. You have got to do arts and crafts with your kids. It's a great way to allow things to come to life. And you know, I have found people actually stop doing arts and crafts with their kids when they reach a certain grade level. Like if they reach the 2nd or 3rd grade level, they stop. Guys, I see kids who are older and they're doing the most elaborate art projects. Never, never, never stop art with your kids. I get that you may not call it arts and crafts, or you may have to approach it from a different area, but don't stop that creative process, because it's such a great way for your children to really solidify concepts in their mind by painting them, making models of them. All that sort of stuff is so great for getting really solidifying information for your kids. Sometimes you can just approach things from a fun way. Yeah, this is a book, and I said think outside the book. But sometimes just how we do the books. This is a comic book set. I did a video specifically on these with Max Axiom. This is a comic book series that has just a lot of different science-based comics, and it's just really, really good. And so that's kind of a fun way, you know, handing your kid a comic book and saying, hey, go learn about force and motion. And they're like, really? You're going to let me do this? Absolutely. Another good thing. Okay, guys, don't just read about spiders. Play with them. See, it's a cute. Yes. Okay, get models, get little things that your kids can touch, feel, manipulate, experience, see things really, really close. And you can find really good replicas and models for cheap. I actually think I got these out of a dollar bin at Target. You know, and it's a really good model. It matches the book very well, and I got like all different sort of bugs and stuff like that, so you know your kids can like touch them. Another thing that's good, my husband, I did a video that I haven't actually made publicly. I don't think I've uploaded it yet, but it's on husband's involvement in homeschooling, because my husband actually is extremely involved in our homeschooling. And the other day I had a doctor's appointment, so he was home with the kids, and what he did was, the way to go over some math with them was that he made up a Jeopardy game. So he took the whiteboard and he had the categories. Like the categories were addition, subtraction, complements, and planets. Because you know, Jeopardy, you always had that kind of crazy outline category. So those were their categories, and he wrote questions for each thing, and there was a dollar value associated with each question, and the kids went through it, and that was a great way for them to have a little bit of time to practice those things. It's a great way if your child has spelling lists or things like that, make it a Jeopardy game, or make it some sort of game, and so that they're spelling the words and they're earning points and all that kind of stuff. So you can do some of those things that they feel tedious. Just find a way to do it in more of a hands-on experiential way, or just do it outside of the book. I mean, that's one of the great things about homeschooling, is we have an opportunity to make every day kinds of cool for our kids. We have an opportunity to do so many things that you just can't do in a group of 20 kids or 30 kids. We can make 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 5-on-1, you know, a really engaging experience. We can take advantage of having multi-ages in the classroom so that older kids can be helping younger kids, and sometimes younger kids are helping older kids. So it's just one of those things where I just want to make sure to encourage you as often as possible. Think outside the book. Look at the concepts that you're trying to help your child learn, and find lots of different ways to go over those concepts. They don't always have to cost money. The Jeopardy game my husband did with the kids cost $0. You know, so it's just a matter of, you know, make it fun, make it interesting, make it exciting, not just for your kids, but for you as well. So, hope this helps. This is Dr. J, and I'm out. Bye-bye.